Hi, I just want to take this opportunity to explain to everybody why we are fighting to get justice for the Pacific people. The world will be very interested to hear these numbers. At the moment, 60 countries from around the world can enter New Zealand and have their passport stamped with a 3-month visitor's visa free. The Pacific people have to make an application, get a sponsor, pay fees, and sometimes wait and wait and wait, and they get no answers. The people of the Pacific can't even come to New Zealand for family funerals or urgent and immediate family things. They can't. It just doesn't happen. So this may surprise you. Of those 60 nations of the world, their total population is 1.65 billion people. 1.65 billion people that can enter New Zealand freely. And yet, the total number of people in the Pacific 16 nations is just over 15 million people. A fraction of what they allow in, and they treat us and discriminate against us for a long time along this way. It's no longer acceptable. Until the end last year when I got involved with what was happening in Samoa, the New Zealand Immigration Office opened in Samoa for 1 hour per day to service 200,000 people. And some of these people had to come from the other island by ferry, pay their fees and everything, to come and stand in the queue and have the door shut on them. And when the politicians finally understood what we were saying, they forced the changes. And November last year, they made the change now to 8 hours per day. So this situation can no longer continue. Action has to be taken soon as possible. And we have been talking and talking and talking about this. And New Zealand immigration continues to just doesn't want to listen. And they keep on making accusations that the Pacific people overstay. Well, let's go back in history. In the 70s, New Zealand police with dogs broke into families' houses in the middle of the night, pulled them out of bed, took them to the cells and deported them the next morning. They went into factories and ripped people off the factory floor and deported them out of here. They stopped the Pacific people in the streets and say, prove who you are. And you know what? When the research was finally done on this, only 25% of those so-called overstayers at the time were Pacific people. 75% were people from other countries of the world. Not one of them, not one, was stopped or checked at all. Just an attack on the Pacific people. That's what they did. And it took a long time for that justice to be seen when Prime Minister Ardern had to make an apology to the Pacific people for the way they were treated back in the 70s. And today we are still going through this same thing. So proposal I put up to the government is simply this. We want to be included in the 60 nations of the world. We want to be treated equally. But I have put a proviso on this, that if the Pacific people come here and one of them breaks the rules without an application for an extension, that person will not be allowed to come back for 10 years. One person is not going to spoil everything for everybody. And let's face it, overstaying by people is created by New Zealand immigration themselves, because it goes like this. If you make it difficult for people to come and go, they're going to stay as long as they can, because there's no guarantee they can go back tomorrow and come back again, or wait for months for approvals to come back. And so I'm saying, after 3 months, if a person leaves New Zealand that day, flies to Australia or to Fiji or wherever, and comes back that evening or the next day, they should be automatically issued another 3-month visitor's visa stamped to their passport without any discrimination or questions. If we did that, why should anybody even consider overstaying? And so this continuous accusation of overstaying, they themselves have to look at what they've set and what creates it, because the creator is immigration themselves. And they can fix it if they want to, but right now they have no appetite to even look at considering how to fix it. So I'm asking through this and the world to say, just send them a message. These are your neighbors. These are our population, our families all live in New Zealand. We came here and built this country from the 50s. We have stood alongside New Zealand in time of war. Why do you continue to discriminate against the Pacific people who are your closest neighbours? And don't forget, New Zealand themselves is a big island in the Pacific. So it is very annoying and disgusting for me personally. It makes me angry every time I think about this, and I'm sorry if my anger is coming across. But I have had it personally enough, and I've been here a long time in this country and watched a lot of things happen over time. And they continue to discriminate against us on something that is very, very precious to us. The ability to freely move backwards and forwards between New Zealand, which is our home, as well as theirs. And we regard New Zealand as our patriarch and our matriarch to be able to look after us. And the Pacific people will always stand behind New Zealand. And lately, you know what's going on in the world today. The big countries, and especially China, is showing great interest in the Pacific at the moment. And then they make an accusation as to why do the Pacific people look there? Well, ask yourself the questions. If you make it difficult and treat us this way, we have to look for alternatives somewhere to help us. I don't promote that. I promote we are the Pacific. New Zealand is our home. This is where our families are, and this is the place we want to be linked to. Just treat us with equality, with fairness. Don't discriminate against us. This is our country as well as yours. And we are one people of the Pacific. Our Maori cousins in New Zealand, they are the Pacific people just like us. We all come from the same core. And it's about time those people who rule this country, and look, this is my problem. The ministers have got a ring around their nose, pulled around by the officials. The officials of government are the ones who are destroying the people's lives. They have no emotion or no understanding about the people's lives. And they're the ones I'm attacking here. They need to listen. They need to sit down and say, listen, if this guy wants to make an issue, why don't we call him in and talk to him? Let's get a dialogue with him so we understand where he's coming from. And if we are missing on something, we should understand. And that's the end of it. And I sincerely hope, and I'm asking people all around the world, if they see this, send a message to the New Zealand government and just tell them, stop discriminating against the Pacific people. Look at your own rules and see if they can be changed to make things happen the proper way. And they can be done. If there is a will, they can fix it. If they want to keep on ignoring us and treating us the way they are, it'll never be fixed. And it's not going to help the situation in the future. It took me 27 years to fight them for the Samoan New Zealand citizenship case. 27 years. My people were put out there for 42 years in the wilderness. After their highest court, the Privy Council, based in London at the time, said these people are British subjects and automatically became New Zealand citizens on the 1st of January 49. So that is just a touch of the history that we have had continuously with New Zealand when it comes to immigration. Please support the people of the Pacific. We need the support of everybody to tell New Zealand that we mean business here. Please go to the site and enter the New Zealand parliamentary site where you can actually support us and voting and getting your name on the petition to tell them exactly that the world is not blind to what is going on here. And we live now in a world of human rights. It focuses on the world's human. This is a human right that they're doing to us. And so please, if you're going to support it, I've humbly asked you support us. Support the people of the Pacific. Just go to the site today, right now, and vote to support the petition for the Pacific people to be able to access New Zealand and get a 3-month visa stamped at the passport, in their passport at the airport on arrival, just as they do 1.65 billion people around the world who have that freedom. Please, on behalf of my communities, I humbly request you to please go to the site and support us. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.